Hey guys, what's up? And I'm back, and here is my review of NXT Takeover Philadelphia. I've literally just finished watching it. I was hoping to watch it before now, but due to working Sunday night, just been absolutely knackered Sunday day. Well, went out Sunday day with the family, and so working Sunday night. Monday I was busy. Obviously the new belt video went up, which I hope you all enjoyed. So I've actually managed to watch Takeover Philadelphia today. I've literally just finished watching it, so I figured I'd come up and do this video while I've got a chance before I go and do the school run at work tonight. I've watched the Royal Rumble, so my review video will either go up separately or I'll add it on to the end of this. I'm not sure which way around I'm going to do it yet. So without further ado, I'll get on with the video and stop rabbiting on. So the first matchup was AOP versus Fish and O'Reilly. Anybody who's been watching my videos for a while will know I am absolutely no fan of AOP. That is not a secret. They've just done nothing to impress me. I'm just not blown away by anything to do with them. I thought the match overall was a really good opening match. Really happy with the result. Fish and O'Reilly retaining the titles. There were a couple of times, especially when they hit the Super Collider, I thought AOP might do it, but the ending of O'Reilly booting one of them into the other, I'm not sure which one's which, and I don't really care enough to look into it. But yeah, O'Reilly booting one into the other and knocking him skittling out the ring, then rolling him up for the pin was great. I personally, like I say, on a personal thing, because I hate AOP, enjoyed that. They showed you War Machine in the crowd. As long as they are booked right, they are going to be amazing in NXT. They are going to tear up that tag team division. Anybody who's not seen them, I suggest you go on YouTube, find some of their matches. They're amazing. They are super heavyweights that fly around like cruiserweights at times. They're just brilliant. Like I say, if they're booked right in NXT and used right, you know, they're going to be awesome. They are going to be future NXT tag team champions, and them and Fish and O'Reilly will put on great matches because they have a history together from Ring of Honor, New Japan, etc. So I'm looking forward to seeing War Machine. The next match was Velveteen Dream versus Cassius Ohno even. Now this match annoyed me. It was a good match, don't get me wrong, but how someone who's a cross between Ravishing Mick Rude and Prince can be booked to beat Cassius Ohno is quite shocking to me. I mean, Ohno, who was known as Crusader on the Independents, for those of you who don't know it, was brought back to NXT after being released because he was just having amazing matches worldwide on the Indies. They were monitoring him. They could see what he was doing. He was champion in most places he was wrestling. You know, so they were like, oh yeah, we'll bring you back to NXT, blah, blah, blah. He got a title shot, didn't win it, and then they've just done nothing with him. He just, you know, he seems to be sort of floundering in NXT, for a better term. And you know, if that's all that's in future for him, if I were Cassius Ohno, I'd just say thank you when his contract comes up, but you know, go back to the Indies at least, then he's got a chance of actually owning a title. Like I say, it wasn't a bad match, but I'm just not a fan of Velveteen Dream. I'm sorry, I know it's probably going to get me a lot of stick, but say the guy's a cross between Ravishing Mick Rude and Prince, and he just doesn't do anything for me. Next matchup was the women's title match, Shayna Baszler versus Ember Moon for the NXT women's title. Baszler hasn't really impressed me. I know she's got an MMA background, so they've brought her in as some sort of, you know, I don't care badass. But I've not been blown away by her in NXT. She doesn't really seem to have done much apart from, you know, go around doing the whole bully angle. Don't get me wrong, I don't think Ember Moon is an amazing champion, but having said that, following Asuka, pretty much anyone would look average. Not the best NXT women's match I've seen, but it wasn't a bad match. I honestly thought that Moon was going to attack when Baszler seemed to really mess up her arm, and then when she had the armband for ages and they were just rolling around the ring and she kept the hold on, I honestly thought she's going to win the match. She's going to walk out with the title. But then Ember Moon found a way, rolled her up, pinned her. I was genuinely surprised. I was sat watching the match and I genuinely found myself going, holy shit, she's done it, you know, out loud. Luckily I was sat in the house of my own, so I didn't look like a complete loon. But yeah, I was very, very surprised that Ember Moon walked out, and then obviously Shayna Baszler, being the badass that she is, attacked Ember Moon while she was on her way up the ramp. Again, just sort of adding to the I don't care about the rules type of badass. But it was a good match. Like I say, it's not the best I've seen, but I'm used to seeing Asuka as women's champion, so maybe Ember Moon will grow on me. I don't know. It then showed you Ricochet in the crowd while they were between matches. He's going to be an amazing addition to NXT. I don't claim to be an expert on the guy. I've seen bits of him in New Japan with the bits I've watched, but I've seen a lot of stuff on YouTube of him. Again, if you don't know who he is, YouTube him. They called Neville the man that gravity forgot, or whatever it was. Ricochet is just out there. He's a whole new level. So yeah, check him out. I think him and Will Ospreay, it was Will Ospreay, had some amazing matches. So they're well worth checking out. So the next matchup was Aleister Black versus Adam Cole in an Extreme Rules match. I like both guys that were in this match. I'm a fan of Adam Cole, baby, as most of you have been watching my videos for ages will know. But I'm also a fan of Aleister Black. I think the guy is awesome. The match had finished, and I totally agreed with Mauro Ranallo. What a match. I did expect Cole to win, I will be honest. But I was going to be happy either way, like I said, being a fan of both guys. I did worry a bit when Fish and O'Reilly came out and interfered in the match. The whole crowd seemed to turn then because they were enjoying the one-on-one match. But luckily, Sanity came out and prevented that ruining the match. Then came back down to Aleister Black and Adam Cole, and it was just an amazing match. Absolutely loved it. Great match. Then between matches, they showed EC3 in the crowd. Anybody who's familiar with TNA, I've not watched it for a long time, but I know who EC3 is. He recently left TNA. He was in the Feast or Fired thing they do, and his contract was up. He didn't renew it, so he drew the fired briefcase. He was one of a bunch that have left. He's just going to be another great addition to NXT. The roster is just getting better and better, even with the individuals that showed at Philadelphia. EC3, Ricochet, and War Machine. It's 4 guys who are absolutely going to tear up NXT the rest of this year. So yeah, EC3, I don't know whether they're going to book him as face or heel, but it can do either. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how he gets on and what they do. So that was that. The next matchup, Johnny Gargano versus Andrade Cien Almas for the NXT title match. I was hoping that Johnny Wrestling would pull it off and win the title, but the rational part of me said that it wasn't going to happen. I don't know whether they're going to build Aleister Black up for a title shot at Almas, whether McIntyre will come back and get his shot, but I think he's out for quite a while, so I don't know if they're going to keep the belt on Almas that long. I don't know, but yeah, I said part of me hoped that Johnny Gargano would win the belt, but the rational part of me was like, it's not going to happen. Hell of a match, absolute hell of a match. I honestly thought Gargano was going to do it a couple of times, but it wasn't to be. Both guys put everything into the match, and it showed they just gave everything they got. The crowd were absolutely amazed. There was a fight for every chant going on, and it was just awesome. In the end, Almas obviously won, walks off with his belt into the sunset, and then as Johnny Gargano was walking up the ramp with his wife Candice LeRae, who is another new addition to the NXT roster and is going to be amazing, after she got involved and chased off Selena what's-her-face that hangs around with Almas. Gargano was walking up the ramp with her. He turned around to sort of say thank you to the crowd who were on their feet applauding him, chanting Johnny Wrestling and thank you Johnny and all that sort of stuff. And then lo and behold, they get attacked from behind by Tommaso Ciampa. To me, that was a bit of a poor way. They should have just let Johnny Gargano go out to the applause that quite frankly he deserved and he'd earned from that match. I mean, they could have set up the match anytime with Ciampa. They could have had Gargano come out on NXT this week and sort of giving address to the fans about how close he'd come and blah blah blah. Then I've Gargano and Ciampa attack him. There's no need for him to do it after that match. I thought that was a bit pretty piss poor, actually, if I'm honest. But yeah, overall, hell of a show. NXT knocking it out of the park again. Like I've said before, I have yet to see a bad takeover. I didn't do a video review of War Games, although I have seen it. I did see it well after. I did lose interest in a bit in wrestling last year because it was going a bit stale, with the exception of NXT. But even then, I didn't do reviews on the stuff. So hopefully now, 2018, I'm going to do some more reviews of the pay-per-views. I'm going to try and watch some Ring of Honor wrestling. I've not watched Final Battle yet. I tried the last week, but I'd been working the night before and not been in bed, and I just fell asleep. No reflection on the show, just, my body took over and shut down on me. I still have Wrestle Kingdom 12 to watch, so keep your eye out for a review of that, even though it'll be well late. But so yeah, that'll do it for this NXT Takeover Philadelphia. I said, hell of a show, thoroughly enjoyed it. Can't wait for the next NXT Takeover. That'll do it for me, guys, for now. I'll catch you later. Bye for now.